And then lo and behold, and say he put on the priest clothes Bahamas. See, it's a big difference. God pray you and bless us. God protect us. And help us, the Heavenly Father, to do everything we need to succeed to the glory of God. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
The views expressed on this program are not the views of ZNS TV 13 and, by extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
At Lyford Key, I'm Tanya Smith Cartwright. This is ZNS.
Your weekend news just got better. Exciting features. It's all about the feeling. It's the Northern Vibes with Raven Davis.
Good evening and welcome to Northern Vibes, your go-to show for everything arts, culture, entertainment, and so much more. I'm Raven Davis, and tonight we're spotlighting a Grand Bahamian artist who's been in love with music since childhood and has a special passion for Bahamian sounds. He's been performing since his teen years and is now finally getting the buzz and recognition he's long deserved. From gospel roots to multi-genre performances, his sound is making its mark both locally and beyond. Take a look. Recon Bahamas, born Larry Bodie Jr. on the island of Grand Bahama, is one of the Bahamas' fastest rising multi-genre artists. His musical journey began in a children's choir, grew through performing with the youth gospel group G7, and expanded overseas during college, shaping him into the powerful performer he is today. Recon has already hit some major stages, including the Long Island Sailing Club Mini Regatta and the 52nd Independence Extravaganza, just to name a few. A true musical chameleon, he blends reggae, R&B, hip-hop, pop, soca, dancehall, house, and the Bahamian staple rake and scrape. Inspired by the likes of Chronix, Taurus Riley, KB, Gino D, and Usher, Recon Bahamas is carving out his own lane with undeniable talent, feel-good music, and electrifying performances. Mr. Larry Bodie Jr., welcome to Northern Vibes. It's such a pleasure to have you sitting next to me.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Well, I always like to start off with a little bit of an icebreaker. For those who may not know you as yet, tell us where you derived, where the name Recon Bahamas came from.
Well, the name Recon comes from my first name. It derives from my first name and my middle name, which is Larry Cornelius. And it actually means powerful one. So as you know, when I get on stage, I got to do what I got to do. And I bring the power.
And then, of course, you added the Bahamas in there, quite the patriot. Why was that important for you?
Well, I was born in the Bahamas. I was raised in the Bahamas. Born, bred, dead, Bahamian. And that's all I know. I love the culture. I love everything about the Bahamas. And so it's a part of me. And I had to add the Bahamas to my name.
Of course, and we had a chance to catch up off camera, and you've told me that you've always loved music since you were a small child. Talk about some of your earliest musical memories growing up in the Bahamas.
Well, definitely. My first core memory was when, Mary Star Fair. As a young child, you're running around with your friends and classmates, and you're eating your food, and getting the drinks, and in the background, you got guys playing like Nehemiah Hill and Baha Man and KB and Gino D, and the list goes on, and you just get that good Bahamian feeling, you know what I mean? Even now, thinking about it, I have nostalgia, you know what I mean? So that's where one of my first core memories. Our next core memory is me in the children's choir, around the same time, same time period. And this is like the first time you get to hear a lot of different melodies and harmonies and how everything just blends together. And, it's like a light bulb click. It's like, I really love this, So that's where it started all, from then with music.
And just to hone in on that Bahamian music, what is it that you love so much about Bahamian music?
The feeling, the vibes, it's just amazing, man. And we have so much different flavors of Bahamian music. You get the Junkanoo, the Calypso, and the rake and scrape, of course. And each one of them just brings an exciting feeling to the Bahamas, you know. So, yeah.
Now, there's a story about you listening to the cassette tapes of a famous Bahamian entertainer. Talk about what that was like and how listening to that cassette tape inspired you as an entertainer.
Yeah, so the name of the artist was Phil Stubbs. Shout out to Phil Stubbs if you're watching this. I love you. So Phil Stubbs gave a cassette tape to my father to give to me. And it had a list of his songs on both sides. And my father had you know, the old boombox from the 80s with the
No, I don't know.
with the cassette tapes on each side. And I would play this tape over and over and over, and I learned every single song on it, back and front. And that's where it really started for me, with really, really loving Bahamian music. And he was the first one to actually inspire me from that time period, from then.
Do you remember what your favorite song was on that tape?
West End Move. She got a West End move. Yeah.
Now we move on to, you know, you being an entertainer. Tell us what your first performance was like.
My first performance was actually when I was 16 years old. I was a part of a group named G7 under the patronage of Lisa Bonafide Davis. And we wrote a number of songs, but the first one, its name was Thank You, Lord. You know, I gotta always give praises to the Most High above.
Definitely.
And this first song, we performed this to a gospel concert. I think it was by Agape House at the time. And if you can imagine the first time being on stage in the front of a crowd at that age, something you've never done before.
Daunting experience.
Yes. So it was a really hard icebreaker at the time, just to be on stage and sing in front of people. You know, anxiety over the roof, over the top, you know, but it was a beautiful experience.
And would you say that you're also a lyricist?
I would say that. I definitely would, because I absolutely love writing music.
Really?
That's one of my favorite things to do. It's a big passion of mine, so I do it constantly.
To date, how many songs you would say you've written?
Whew. That's a good question. I would say maybe over 200 songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Over the course of the time period from when I started till now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was the very first song you wrote, and what was the feedback like from it?
Well, my first song was Coulda Did You Wrong. Bahamians. Coulda Did You Wrong, you know? I wrote this song while I was in college in Orlando. And, you know, it was about one of my exes at the time. It was one of my exes at the time, and I was, you know, the song was just talking about, but how I wouldn't do what she did to me, and you know, and I just was expressing myself in that song. But it was a beautiful song, you know.
So would you say that you usually find your inspiration to write lyrics from experiences you've had, or is it something else, or a mixture?
Most of my inspiration comes from experience. Most of my songs, if you listen, you will hear it's kind of relating to something that most people can relate to, you know, personal experiences. Or the inspiration can come from anywhere, literally. Like I could just be riding down the road or walking somewhere, or in the food store, and a thought, a melody just come to me. And there's no right way. Sometimes one come before the other, and you just put it together. You know?
And as you said, you grew up loving Bahamian music, but your catalog shows that you were not afraid to cross into different genres of music. Tell us how you do that without losing your Bahamian flavor.
Well, I think it's a God-given gift. That's how I feel. Because I fell in love with so much different genres of music. And when I did that, I started writing to these genres of music. And you know, the process of that is just beautiful. Yeah, man.
And if you could collaborate with any artist, be it Bahamian or international, who would that be and why?
Well, I always wanted to collaborate with Chronix. You know, I absolutely love reggae music and the culture and the vibes from it. And Chronix is just one of those artists that really stuck out to me. And I just love his vibe. And I'm sure it'll be a nice track, or tracks, if I ever get a chance to work with him.
Did you ever get to share the stage with someone that you always wanted to work with?
Oh, absolutely. And it was actually recently.
Really?
So shout out to Gino D. This was Oktoberfest in Freetown. And I just was backstage, you know, enjoying the show and singing a little background here and there. And Gino D decided to pull me out to the front.
Oh, my goodness.
Unexpected. But I'm glad he did it. And I surely enjoyed the moment. And it was a core memory for me, you know, somebody such as an icon like that, you know. So, yeah.
Definitely, congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
as with everything, you know, there are some hurdles that you have to face. What would you say has been one of the biggest challenges for you as a Bahamian entertainer?
To be honest with you, my hurdles were more internal versus external. You know, dealing with the anxiety with performances and in the studio, you know, sleepless nights, self-doubt, you know, all of those things you deal with behind the scenes and the stuff that people don't get to see. That's what I had to deal with.
Although you still have to overcome the self-doubt and the anxiety, it doesn't come across, you know, when you're out there performing. I've had a chance to see you perform before, and I absolutely fell in love.
Right.
But how is it that you do overcome that?
You know, before each of my performances, you know, I always pray. That's like a core thing for me. I always pray and gather myself, despite the anxiousness and the fear. You know, you understand? So when I get on stage, it's almost like running track. You know, when you start the race, or before you start the race, you got the jitters, your belly, you get butterflies in your belly, and you know. But once you start the race, all of that just goes away, and you just be in your element. And that's how it is for me when I'm on stage.
And now your song, I Need My Money, has been gaining a lot of traction on Apple Music. What is that moment like for you, and did you expect for people to receive it the way that they have been?
Honestly, I was not expecting it to be so big. and it's a blessing for the song to do so well. You know, we've put in plenty work in the background for me to come out and do the song. And the song is also featured on KB and Friends' Real Rig and Scrape album Volume 5. So y'all go stream it and check it out. And check out I Need My Money.
What advice would you give to young artists in the Bahamas who may want to start but don't know how to or where to start?
What I would say to younger artists or newer artists coming into the music industry is to persevere. That's the word for the day, persevere. You know, people start something and you just stop. You'll never get a chance to see the fruition of what it is you're doing. And especially in the music industry, especially if you love what you're doing and you have a passion for music, you cannot stop. You know what I mean? So I'll tell them, keep going. You just never know where that point is when you will make it and you'll be successful.
Definitely. Thank you so much for that bit of advice.
Thank you, yes.
Well, seeing young talents celebrate our culture like that is what it's all about. Stay with us. When we return, we'll bring you the latest news from around the North.
Better known as PJ alongside DJ Future, right? Call me up right now.
DJ Future, this is what you know I'm locked in. I'm on your run this morning. Keep it coming. Override.
I got you.
The Morning Run Mix with DJ Future. Power 104.5 FM.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say,
welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm your national anchor, Mukesh Lapinder.
Hello. What time is the flight?
No one asked us to go. Hello? Into the storm. Into the chaos. To witness devastation. No one asked us to go.
Are you ready?
Because it's the story that drives us forward. That brings truth to light. That connects us all. This is why we go.
Breaking news out of Grand Bahama. Our Raven Davis has been covering this story all day and joins us live now with the latest. Raven, what can you tell us?
Yes, Shamiko, I had a chance to speak to many of the residents, and many of them are concerned about... Welcome back. Talia Brennan is your 2025 Little Miss Glitz Bahamas after wowing the judges with her grace, elegance, and poise. The crowning took place at the Belinda Wilson BUT Hall recently, and Brennan says though she was nervous initially, she was able to gather herself and display her talents with ease. Now, as she's set to represent the organization over the next year, she says she is more than ready to handle the responsibility.
When I was on the stage for talent, I felt a little bit nervous, but once I started my real talent, I felt very confident about it. My other segments was amazing. I remembered everything. I didn't stutter, and I really loved all of the girls' talents and performances. My favorite part about being in the pageant is that I got to hang out with many new girls, and they're like my sister to me. They're very beautiful and very kind. The words I have to the little girls that's watching me right now is that to never give up on your dreams and that anything is possible.
The 8 contestants were judged across various categories, which included talent, evening gown, high fashion, commercial, the judges' interview, and a Q&A for the top 5 contestants. Director of Little Miss Glitz Bahamas, Crayana Roll, says all 8 contestants were remarkable, but what made Brennan stand out was her preparedness.
She definitely took the spotlight that night with her high fashion on the preliminaries. She also went overall interview, and the final question she came out victorious. So I'm really proud of all the girls. They all did well, and just excited for what's to come.
Switching gears now, the Aim High Girls Club recently hosted its annual character building conference under the theme Bloom Boldly. The event was held at the Rand Nature Center and brought dozens of young girls together for a morning of empowerment. The conference, led by Aim High Girls Club founder Sabrina Brown, focused on helping young girls build confidence, character, and strong values. The initiative encourages participants to embrace who they are and develop lifelong skills.
This event is designed to empower, uplift, and inspire these young girls because we want them to become the best version of themselves. And we know that a good character can take you places where money and all that other good stuff cannot. And so we want these girls to know that girls with good character can change the world.
Throughout the conference, speakers encouraged the girls to embrace self-worth, speak positively, and recognize their own potential. Organizers say they hope the lessons from the event will follow the girls not just through their school years, but into adulthood, helping them bloom boldly and lead with purpose.
As a young professional in my journey, Blooming Boldly looks for me is just being a true representation of who you are, being your authentic self, not allowing the voice of social media to dictate to you how you should carry yourself in the public view light, staying true to your values, staying true to your goal, and just living your life authentically for God and for yourself.
In other news, the third iteration of the Live to Lead Youth Conference, held twice in Nassau, has now made its way to Grand Bahama. Under this year's theme, Born to Lead, Called to Serve, organizers say the initiative is all about nation building and empowering the next generation. The event is spearheaded by Patrice Taylor, CEO of Hepsiva HR Training and Development, a leadership and professional development company committed to equipping people with the skills they need to excel. Several schools on the island participated, demonstrating how eager young people are for opportunities to learn, grow, and lead.
We're here to inspire, but more than inspire, we want to also impact them to the point that they are transformed when they leave here. They have a clear understanding of or self-awareness of who they are, who they were created to be.
We're hoping that in their time, the next 10 years or so, we have the leaders that we want to see.
So we're just excited to partner, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, to partner with the Live to Lead team and to share in the Youth Month festivities and to continue to assist our young people to live and to lead.
The conference featured dynamic panel discussions with student leaders, young professionals from across Grand Bahama, and a representative from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture.
What we have today is a lot of adults really never got formal training in regards to money, and so a lot of their decision making are through trial and error for the most part. And so we want to kind of cancel that cycle of not being informed, making poor decisions in some cases.
To speak into our youth, pour into our youth, develop our youth, they will one day lead us. And if we don't, they will still one day lead us. So what's the intent?
I'm excited about what it is that the Lord has given me to speak to these young people about today. We're going to be talking about renewing our minds, about how changing your mindset changes your future.
Well, you're tuning into Northern Vibes. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll have a special performance by Recon Bahamas. Stay tuned.
Better known as PJ alongside DJ Future, right? Call me up right now.
DJ Future, this is what you know I'm locked in. I'm on your run this morning. Keep it coming, override, override.
I got you.
The Morning Run Mix with DJ Future. Power 104.5 FM.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say,
welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm your national anchor, Mukesh Lapinder.
hello. What time is the flight?
No one asked us to go. Hello? Into the storm. Into the chaos. To witness devastation. No one asked us to go.
Are you ready?
Because it's the story that drives us forward, that brings truth to light, that connects us all. This is why we go.
Breaking news out of Grand Bahama, our Raven Davis has been covering this story all day and joins us live now with the latest. Raven, what can you tell us?
Yashimiko, I had a chance to speak to many of the residents, and many of them are concerned about... Welcome back. As promised, here's a performance from the one and only Recon Bahamas.
I need my money. Let me tell you about my boy named George. I lend him $100 till tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, George disappear. And now he phone don't wake and me don't care. Now the money gone, oh, run me, I no no. Better call your popo. Why all this get like that? I need my money, nothing. Money, work hard for my money, and I need it right now. I need my money, nothing. Money, work hard for my money, and I need it right now. When Friday comes and it's time to get off, my belly hungry, I could eat a horse. So I need my pay right away. But the boss cut me short. She say I was late yesterday. Now I can't have no fun, oh. Only could pay 2 bills, oh. Find another job, oh. That's why you all get like that. I need my money in nothing. Money, work hard for my money, and I need it right now. I need my money in nothing. Money, work hard for my money, and I need it right now. Oh yeah. Woo. I can eat that little thing. Watch out. Dollar bills. See the l'argent. Dinero. See the gold. Get the silver. You owe me though. That bread. The little thing. I need my money in nothing. Money, work hard for my money, and I need it right now. I need my money in nothing. Money, work hard for my money, and I need it right now.
It's C-Man, the one and only, and I want y'all to tune into Entertainment Fridays on Access Now every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Who knows? Your favorite Bahamian artist might end up showing their face. But you gotta watch to find out.
In 1953, the United States began using a female name for storms. And by 1978, both male and female names were used to identify northern Pacific storms. This was then adopted in 1979 for storms in the Atlantic Basin. The National Hurricane Center does not control the naming of tropical storms. Instead, there is a strict procedure established by the World's Meteorological Organization for Atlantic hurricanes. There is a list of male and female names which are used on a 6-year rotation. The only time that there is a change is if the storm is so deadly or costly that the future use of its name on a different storm would be inappropriate. These are the names of the storms for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season: Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Erin, Fernand, Gabrielle, Umberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, Wendy. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
In Harbour Island, North Eleuthera, I'm Charles Fisher. This is ZNS.
News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, thousands expected to head to the polls to elect a new member of parliament for Golden Owls. Plus, police have launched an urgent manhunt for a man who escaped lawful custody. In sports, Battle for Atlanta's women's tournament tips playoffs. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition starts now. So glad you can join us. Good evening, I'm Desmond Saunders, and welcome to the broadcast. With just hours before Golden Owls constituents head to the polls, Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson says his team is locked in and fully prepared, promising a smooth, efficient, and orderly by-election in Golden Owls tomorrow. Despite managing 17 polling divisions and nearly 8,000 registered voters, Thompson insists tomorrow's election marks a pivotal moment.
My team is very ready. They are prepared. Actually, they're going over their last check today. They had the various schools now checking out to make sure that everything is ready for tomorrow. And we expect a smooth transition tomorrow within the voting station.
Following concerns expressed by the Free Nation Movement and the Coalition of Independents regarding voter integrity during the advance poll, Thompson says officials have done all required to promote transparency and an easy process of voting.
I really don't have any concern because we met with the candidates and their lawyers with the police earlier last week. And I think all matters were addressed. So I think that if everybody abide by what was discussed in the meeting, we should have a smooth election with no challenges.
Now, for all those casting votes on the upcoming by-election, there are certain things to keep in mind. For instance, in the event you cannot find your voter's card, you can still vote using a passport, driver's license, or national insurance smart card. In terms of time off to vote, an employee registered as a voter in the Golden Owls constituency is entitled to 2 hours to vote, in addition to an hour for lunch. Employers cannot deduct pay or other remuneration. In such a case, should this happen, he or she will be fined $1,000 or jailed for a period not exceeding 6 months. It's also important to note that on by-election day, liquor establishments within a radius of 5 miles of the Golden Owls constituency are prohibited from selling between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Lastly, no recording devices are allowed during polling hours. Well, with just hours before thousands of voters head to the polls in the Golden Owls constituency by-election, the Coalition of Independents made a final high-energy push for support. The political party staged a major rally in Dignity Gardens Saturday, drawing a large crowd of supporters and residents. The party's Golden Owls candidate, Brian Roll, urged voters to make history on Monday, promising bold change and new opportunities for young people.
Golden Owls is full of talented young people, and I believe in giving them every chance to shine. That's why we will invest in sports programs and build discipline, teamwork, and pride. And for exceptional performers, scholarships to open doors to higher education and a brighter future. We also know that a strong community is a self-sustaining one. Together, we will create a community garden, a place where families can grow fresh organic foods, share knowledge, and promote food security
Coalition of Independence leader Lincoln Bain told supporters the movement is ready to reshape the national economy, insisting the Bahamas has untapped potential.
Why aren't we in the salt business? We the Bahamas. Why aren't we? Where the money coming from? We have everything we need. Why aren't we in the cruise ship business? These are things that I say over and over, but I have to give every Bahamian, someone out there listening to me for the first time, and they need to hear this. Why aren't we in the cruise ship business? For a couple $100 million, we could buy a cruise ship and spread the economy around the country. Move it around to Andres and San Salvador and these other places, and have a reason for us to go back home to provide services for these tourists who are going to be coming there.
Bain also pledged sweeping government reforms, promising a new system that puts power directly into the hands of local communities.
With island states and city government, we are going to turn New Providence into cities. The different areas, we're going to group them together. So, for example, the areas that are like Pinewood, South Beach, Bamboo Town, Nassau Village, Jones Heights, for example, they become a city. And they have a city council. And that city council has their own budget to do what they want to do in their community. And they have a mayor. The mayor has to do what the city council voted for. You get it? And you can fire that mayor immediately if he don't do his job. So if the road ain't paved, mayor fired. There's potholes in the road, mayor fired. The school ain't finished on time, the mayor fired.
Police launched a manhunt for a male who escaped lawful custody on Saturday. Preliminary reports indicate that shortly after 1 p.m., Michael Thompson escaped from the Nassau Street Police Station. At the time of the escape, Thompson was in custody for multiple warrants. He's described as having dreadlocks and was last seen wearing a black shirt and short black trousers. Police appealing to members of the public who may have information on his whereabouts to contact 911, 919, your nearest police station, or the Criminal Investigations Department at 502-9991. Police now investigating a suspicious death, the incident involving a 48-year-old female originally from Singapore. Police report on Saturday they were alerted that an injured woman had been airlifted to New Providence from Exuma on a private aircraft shortly after 8 p.m. to seek medical attention. Shortly thereafter, she succumbed to her injuries while hospitalized. It is alleged that the victim was riding a bicycle when she lost control and collided with a wall, sustaining severe injuries. An autopsy will be conducted to determine the exact cause of death. Investigations continue. Well, coming up, a new native show hoping to revive downtown Nassau and boost tourism. That and more when we come back.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
As a resident of Golden Isles for the past 22 years, I've lived there, served as the chairman for the constituency for the past 11 years. I know the needs, I know the infrastructure needs, I know the needs that the people in Golden Isles need. I drive through there every day. Some of the needs is the healthcare system, the environment. We're looking at safety in terms of the police presence being in the constituency on a daily basis. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get Golden Isles up and running and making sure that it's be the best constituency in the Commonwealth of Bahamas. My name is Brian Berkeley Brown from the great constituency of Golden Isles. I'm asking that you lend me a vote so I could work for you.
This message has been brought to you by the Free National Movement.
Empowerment programs like to empower young people, empower young men.
Thank you.
That was 9th grader Amari Taylor answering the question, what's the most important issue facing the Bahamas and what is a possible solution? A challenge thrown out by Education Minister Glenys Hanna Martin to students at SC McPherson Junior High School during a recent assembly to recognize students with good character.
You young people are our greatest resource. I want you to do a couple things. One is I want you to understand who and what you are. Secondly, I want you to know you have a voice. I want you to be able to use your voice, whether it's through music, through art, through expression, in athletics, however you show your face in this country.
Education Director Dominique McCartney Russell was among the attendees and reminded all present of the significance of building others up.
Affirmation precedes transformation. People, and I'm looking at our students, will often rise to the level of belief that others place in them. Labels sometimes shape identity. So calling someone mighty or capable or brilliant can reframe how they see themselves. Potential is not always visible. It takes discernment and faith to call out what is not sometimes evident.
Let's build good character. This is Ed Talk.
Well, thank you so much for staying with us on a beautiful Sunday. Power restored for an estimated 500 Bahamas Power and Light customers impacted by that massive power outage reported Friday in the Skyline Drive area. A release from BPL early Sunday indicating that through its rapid response team, the company has successfully restored power supply to all consumers in the Skyline community as of 1:30 a.m. Sunday. The company expressed its appreciation to customers for their patience while apologizing for all inconveniences caused. Additional thanks also given to its rapid response team for working since 8 a.m. last evening to excavate and correct a damaged high voltage underground cable. Well, in the wake of Hurricane Melissa's devastation, recovery efforts continue across Jamaica, this time with a focus on restoring law enforcement operations in Westmoreland. Well, Diane Dorset and cameraman Victor Adderley is in Jamaica with more.
Recovery in Betheltown is taking on new momentum as police officers from Kingston and the surrounding settlements join forces to rebuild the town's severely damaged police station. Dennis Brooks, superintendent of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, says despite widespread damage, the mission to restore safety never stopped.
It speaks to the resilience of the organization. We pride ourselves in being an organization that is internally resilient. We couldn't sit and wait on another entity to come and rebuild it for us. We are using our initiative, our resources that are at our disposal to rebuild it ourselves.
Still, with 40% crime reduction nationally and the Betheltown station serving as a central pillar in local crime prevention, Brooks says the support they're receiving is vital.
As well as we've been joined by some overseas partners. We have, of course, some medical professionals who came down as part of the initiative to see what they can do. And most certainly, we have the Bahamas in the as part of the team, because of course the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is such an important strategic partner in law enforcement for Jamaica.
The Bahamas is one of several regional partners offering manpower and technical support following Melissa's destruction. The Honorable Leon Lundy, Minister of State with responsibility for disaster risk management, says contributing to Jamaica's recovery is part of a wider regional duty.
Well, it was important for us to come down to reach out to him just to see if there's any way we could assist. So we came here today just to show our support, and he's very thankful for it.
For now, the work continues to bring law and order back to Betheltown and stability to Jamaica.
Reporting from Betheltown Police Station in Westmoreland, Jamaica for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorset.
Well, great update there from Jamaica. Nearly 50 officers from the Bahamas Department of Corrections received a variety of awards, all part of the 2025 Long Service and Good Conduct Awards service. National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, and Bahamas Department of Corrections Services Commissioner Don Clare celebrating the accomplishments of the officers described as a sign of advancement.
Before this administration changed it, there was great value placed on pieces of paper and very little value placed on experience. And I'm pleased to say that having changed that focus on pieces of paper and changed it to recognizing the value of experience and service, I think Commissioner Clare said there have been 400 plus promotions.
Every day, there's something going on at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. And it is a place that we have to realize in the Bahamas that it's a place that persons don't want to be there, but we have to keep them there until the court deemed them free to go home. And it is our job to keep them in the best of care. So officers, civilian staff, I thank you all very much for your service.
Well, among the recipients, 30-year long service awardee Corrections Sergeant Zebulon Hanna and 25 years of service and Medal of Valor recipient Chief Corrections Officer Delnicia Gray.
This is my third time to Governors, and this is my last time because there's no awards after 30 years. So I give God thanks and praise for able to make it this far and health and strength to be able to retire. So it was a good day. As a female, knowing that females are normally left at the background of most things, in the institution, females are starting to be acknowledged for their services, and we have been given the opportunity to work in male jails for a few years now, but it's good to be able to be recognized on a level to show that you are just as equal as the men.
Well, a job well done. True taste of Bahamian culture returning to Bay Street as I Dream of Sugar launches a weekly showcase blending music, dance, cuisine, and storytelling for locals and visitors alike. Here's Mauritian Burrows.
From music to storytelling, I Dream of Sugar is bringing the essence of Bahamian culture back to Bay Street with the introduction of Sugar Licking Beats, a weekly show crafted for both locals and visitors. The 3-hour production takes attendees through various aspects of Bahamian culture, from limbo dancing to rake and scrape performances. Each segment is what company owner Delvon Ferguson says has been missing from Bahamian nightlife.
We're missing the old days culture. We're missing the shows. We're missing the limbo, the live band. We're missing the whole thing. So when I thought about it, I said, you know what? Let's bring it back, and let's bring it back like in a better way, where we have everything. We have 7 segments. We have limbo. We have fire dance. We have the steel drum. We have the saw man. We have everything. We have the casting. So we just wanted to bring something back for the tourists and the locals.
Operations manager Ingrid Higgs says while the show coordination took 3 months to craft, the timing of its official opening couldn't be any closer to perfect.
We've been working with it for about 3 months, just trying to get it down back and get it ready to have something to present. So now we feel like we're ready, and we said, let's start now before the season gets busy, so that, number one, we'll have commitments from people out there, Bahamians, just so they'll know that it's a stable, something that they can do.
President of the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union, Tyrone Butler, expressing his excitement for the new weekly edition, adding that its success will prove beneficial for the country's #1 industry.
This is certainly what our country needs, this island needs, and our industry needs. We need entertainment like this places where tourists can have an opportunity to go out at nighttime and see a good cultural show. So we're hoping that this becomes a success, and this is just the beginning of more places like this to become available for our tourism product.
Parliamentary Secretary for the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Leonardo Lightburn, echoing those sentiments of pride, adding that this is the perfect opportunity for the orange economy.
Our government, we talk about the orange economy. Look what's happening here. And this could be replicated throughout many other businesses. So we have grants in place that the government provides to ensure that youths and many others go down the same drain.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Marishan Barros.
Let's start with the ZNS Total Sports is up next.
I'm Darren Pickstock, PLP candidate for Golden Isles, the only candidate with a real plan to get things done in the community. And I've already started by listening, solving problems, and showing up. That's the kind of representative you deserve. From repairing infrastructure to connecting you to opportunities, we can make real progress over the next year. Give me this chance on November 24th, and I'll prove just how much we can accomplish together.
Is the Little Caesars Stuffed Crust Pizza. Get more pizza for less money. Only $12. It's a whole new level of pizza with cheese stuffed crust so spectacular that there's nothing left.
Pizza.
A delicious pepperoni pizza with the crust stuffed with lots of cheese and brushed with butter and garlic flavor and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. Hot and ready Thursday to Saturday between 4 and 8 for only $12. Simply irresistible. And only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Welcome to your Sunday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The Balfour Atlantis Women's Basketball Showcase tipping off this weekend over at the Imperial Arena. Today, the third game of that showcase taking place. It would be a showdown between the Ivy League and the MEAC as the Princeton Tigers would face the University of Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. First quarter, the Tigers defense would stifle the Hawks, only allowing 6 points in the first 10 minutes. Second quarter, the Hawks would find some offense, but they couldn't stop Princeton from scoring either, as they would lead by 17 at the half. UMES would win the third quarter battle, but ultimately the 18 points from Ashley Shea would be too much for them to overcome. The Tigers would cruise to the 81-62 win. Final game of the showcase set to take place tomorrow at 12 p.m. as the San Diego State Aztecs will take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. Still in women's hoops, a defensive battle took place this week as Yolette McPhee-McCoon and her Ole Miss Lady Rebels bested the Memphis Tigers 73-64 in overtime. The Rebels winning their first overtime game since February 2024. Ole Miss came back from as far out as 13 points late in the third quarter, while the two teams switched 10 times with 8 ties. Despite Memphis having 2 players scoring 20 points, Ole Miss depth proving to be the deciding factor in this one. Ole Miss is undefeated through the first 4 games of a season for the third time under Coach Yo.
It was really a great environment for our group. I mentioned that logistically I probably would have handled some things different. People want to know what that means. Like, we just drove up the day of and just got off the bus and was like, go play. And we usually don't do that for road games. But again, for me, I'm thinking, I go to Memphis all the time to shop and stuff like that. No big deal. And that probably got us off to a bad start. Nevertheless, really glad that our team showed some fight and resiliency. That's what November is about. I'd seen some people go down in flames, and our team just decided that they wouldn't. Christine with a phenomenal game, and then Cody and Sierra with a strong second half to back it up. So.
And the Bahamian national basketball team coach connecting with one of our biggest basketball stars, but this time it's in New York, as it was revealed on Friday that the New York Liberty have agreed to a deal to hire longtime Golden State Warriors assistant coach Chris DeMarco as their new head man. Liberty, of course, the current team of Bahamian basketball superstar Jonquel Jones. DeMarco managed the Warriors defense and worked closely with star Klay Thompson as well. After winning its first WNBA championship in 2024, New York looked capable of a title defense with a 9-0 start in 2025 before injuries struck stars Jones, Breanna Stewart, and several others. They were bounced out of the postseason in the first round this year. And that's been Look at Your Sports on this Sunday. A check on weather when we return.
Diet-friendly special.
As a resident of Golden Isles for the past 22 years, I've lived there, served as the chairman for the constituency for the past 11 years. I know the needs, I know the infrastructure needs, I know the needs that the people in Golden Isles need. I drive through there every day. Some of the needs is the healthcare system, the environment. We're looking at safety in terms of the police presence being in the constituency on a daily basis. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get Golden Isles up and running and making sure that it's be the best constituency in the Commonwealth of Bahamas. My name is Brian Berkeley Brown from the great constituency of Golden Isles. I'm asking that you lend me a vote so I could work for you.
This message has been brought to you by the Free National Movement.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas, where we help you to build beautiful. When it comes to outfitting your new home with beautiful architectural products, we represent prestigious brands such as PGT, Gelwin, Steelcraft, and Overhead Door. If you're looking for new windows or doors custom made for your new house, be sure to email us at sales@cbsbahamas.com.
I worked hard every single day, from primary school into secondary school. My name is Darren Pickstock. I started to work at Atlantis as a space cleaner. Nobody could beat me. I took pride in my job. After that, I went to the UK to study law. I'm very proud of my work in the Senate, my advocacy for suicide prevention, my record in empowering young people, and also food security. I'm the chairman of the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation. I believe that it is important for us to feed ourselves. So I see that as a national security issue. The government has done a lot, but the reality is there is a lot more to be done. The cost of living is always increasing, and so to be able to bring down the cost of food will assist people in being able to eat properly. Investing in Bahamians is important, extremely important. It is about opening the door. People just want an opportunity. I am very result-driven, and that is what Golden Isles will see me as.
Time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Lane joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Desmond. Another beautiful day around the 700 Islands, but we're now counting down the tropical cyclone season. We have 7 days remaining, and we're looking at a little area here in the Caribbean Sea, just to the east of the Yucatan Peninsula, and we'll watch that over the next week or so because our computer models are suggesting that an area of low pressure could form there, but we'll keep you posted of any development of that area. Outside of our studios, just a few clouds floating around, temperature 78 degrees, the relative humidity 62%. We have very light winds out of the northeast at 4 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,017.7 millibars. That is 30.05 inches. Now, your temperatures around the islands, Freeport, Grand Bahama, 80 degrees, 80 in Green, Torquay, Abaco, Marshall, Abaco, 78. The Berry Islands, 81, Allenstown, Bimini at 78 degrees, 81 in Harper Island, 79 degrees in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Rock, Sandy, Lucia, 79, Allenstown, Cat Island, Rumkey, and Georgetown Exim, also Blackpond Exim and Kemps Bay, all reporting 80 degrees. Pick up another 80 in San Salvador, Clarence, Long Island, Crooked Island, 80 degrees. We go to Acklands, 81 degrees there. Betsy Bay, McWarner, 81. Bachitani, Nagua, 82 degrees. And the Turks and Caicos Islands have a temperature of 82 degrees. Your body forecast tonight in the northwestern parts of our country, light and variable winds once again with those flat seas. High tide 9:40 tonight. And for the central and southeastern islands, winds northeast to east, 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. On Monday, the winds pick up just a tad in the northwestern islands, becoming easterly at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Now, the high tide tomorrow, that will occur at 10:04 in the morning, with the low tide at 4:39 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Monday, easterly winds increasing those winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights building 3 to 6 feet. So we'll put a caution in place for your small craft in the central and southeastern islands on Monday. Satellite pictures once again showing high pressure dominating our waters. So near plus skies are throughout the 700 islands tonight. And your forecast looking at partly cloudy here in the capital with a low temperature of 69. And tomorrow, mostly sunny, lots of sunshine in the forecast. High temperature, it's going to climb up to 82 degrees on your extended forecast. Beautiful weather right through the middle of the week. But come Thursday, you will see some showers starting to creep into the forecast, and that will lead to cloudier skies as we head into the weekend with scattered showers and even some thunderstorms working their way into the forecast on late Friday and Saturday, also carrying over into Sunday. Temperature-wise, though, mid-80s for the greater part of the day, and we're looking at those low 70s during the nighttime. Desmond.
Thank you, Basil. That ends the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching. Have a good night.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.
This 21st century, our resident voice cries out for the empowerment of the poor.